Imagine waking up every day feeling the weight of invisible chains. Chains made not of metal, but of expectations, systems, silent pressures that say you must fit in, play safe, repeat what's been done before. Every meeting, every investment pitch, every decision seems like a rerun, a version of what's already there, what everyone else is chasing. The market feels crowded, the noise deafening, but deep inside, there's this nagging thought. What if the most valuable opportunity isn't the one everyone is looking at? What if the real treasure lies in a place nobody's noticed? A market so new, so different, it shakes the entire game. This isn't about luck or chance. It's about seeing what's invisible to the vast majority. It's about understanding that the biggest breakthrough isn't found in the usual centers of power, those tired hubs overflowing with copycats and fading ideas. It's somewhere raw, unfiltered, alive with possibility. You feel it, don't you? The frustration of hitting ceilings disguised as opportunities. The exhaustion of constant competition where the prizes shrink because everyone is fishing in the same pond. Trying harder in the same system yields less and less. You're not blind to the cracks anymore. The systems that claim to empower only hold you back. They trade your fire for comfort, your potential for conformity. You know greatness isn't crafted by repeating the rules. It's born in breaking them, in stepping beyond borders, beyond tribes, beyond what's safe. Here's the brutal truth that most won't tell you. The markets everyone chases, the megacities, the hot tech hubs, the established sectors, are no longer the gates to freedom and prosperity. They're traps designed to keep you busy, distracted, and confined. The winners now are the ones who recognize that true value lives not in the billions of people doing the same thing, but in the small pockets of rare, untapped potential, the edges where innovation quietly germinates away from the spotlight. These edges are not just places or countries. They're spaces in mindsets, in connections that cross boundaries, in collaboration between unlikely pairs, in clusters of visionaries who don't fit the mold because they refuse to. This is an invitation to abandon the idol of mainstream markets and plunge into one of the most undervalued, overlooked landscapes out there, the market of global, borderless, deeply interconnected individuals who are more than their titles. Not the founder of a startup or the investor with a portfolio, but the free thinker burning inside each of them. The market where value isn't tied to geography or conventional metrics. The market where synergy happens because differences don't divide, they amplify. Where rare minds that have been misunderstood, isolated, or misaligned finally connect, creating a power so magnetic and fierce it redraws reality. The greatest opportunity isn't a place you can find on the map. It's a new ecosystem formed by people who see beyond flags, beyond systems, beyond comfort. You may wonder, how can a market without borders, without a currency or formality, be real? Because it capitalizes on the greatest resource the world didn't teach you to cultivate: the power of autonomous, sovereign individuals who refuse to be processed, who question everything and refuse to accept borrowed identities. This is a market built on choice, patience, and fierce alignment, where value is measured by how much you transform, not by how much you imitate. It's a market where relationships aren't temporary deals, but lasting, brutal synergies that elevate everyone involved. Where patience is a weapon, because eternity favors those who refuse to sprint for meaningless wins and instead build legacies. The pain you've carried, the feeling that the system doesn't serve the exceptional, that outstanding ideas are sterilized and optimized into bland copies, that true brilliance is locked in isolation. That pain is not a curse. It's a signal. It's a call to break free from the narrative that the world told you, that comfort and belonging are the ultimate goals. What if comfort is the enemy and belonging is the trap? What if your fire only grows when you find the few who refuse to dim theirs, the few who burn so brightly they don't just light their way, they spark revolutions? When those few connect, they don't just make a market, they create a movement that doesn't cater to the many, but unleashes the power of the rare. This market you didn't know existed is waiting for you, not waiting passively, but already humming with energy, a network that does not shrink individualism, but celebrates it. A place where being different is not a liability, but the most valuable asset. Where those who once felt misaligned find the infrastructure to become unstoppable. Where systems no longer substitute for real connection, but instead foster creation so wild and powerful it cannot be contained by geography or tradition. This is the ultimate solution for those tired of the old illusions, the endless games, the fake freedoms fed by convenience and conformity. Founders, investors, professionals standing at a crossroads, this is not about joining another community or adding another title. It's about unlearning the world you were handed and owning a new reality. It's about selective alignment, where every connection is a deliberate act of transformation. Every conversation breaks the mold. Every partnership tears down barriers. Your future doesn't lie in settling for the big known markets, but in daring to enter this invisible market where value is limitless because it's created, not discovered. This isn't comfort. This is fire. The fire that says it's better to risk burning out than to live with the slow freeze of mediocrity. The fire that drives you to find those few sparks, those souls who don't belong anywhere because they belong everywhere. The fire that whispers that the world doesn't need you to conform. It needs you to become unbound, to redefine everything you thought was possible. Right now, you have two paths, and one is a lie dressed as safety. The other is raw, demanding, and wildly freeing. You can continue mining exhausted markets for crumbs, or you can leap into the unknown edges where the rare converge. Where your vision is not only valued, but multiplied. Where the relationships you build become weapons of transformation. Where progress explodes not from the center, but the bold margins. Where you don't just invest in markets, you invest in people who will remake the world with you. The world's biggest market, no, the most valuable market, does not lie behind borders or corporate gates. It lies within the network of the exceptional and unyielding individuals who refuse to settle for stories that don't serve them. It's the market where your distinctive vision finally finds its match, and together you build beyond every limitation placed on you, beyond every rule you were told to follow. This is not an opportunity anyone offers freely. It isn't marketed with glossy ads or easy promises. It demands patience. It demands belief in invisibility. It demands choosing the long game when the crowd demands quick wins. But here's the truth. The long game is the only game with real power, the only game where freedom lives and the rare thrive. Where you suffer the silent slavery of small thinking, or you rise above, becoming the unchained architect of your own world. This market, the one you've never even seen, is the future. It is built by those who don't wait for change, but make it happen. By those who don't seek permission, but take sovereignty. By those who don't ask what the market can do for them, but rewrite what a market even means. Your role is not to blend in, but to burn bright, find your few, and become more than anyone ever thought possible. So the question isn't, could the most valuable market be the one you've never seen? The real question is, will you dare to find it, to create it, to own it? Will you refuse the comfortable lie and embrace the wildfire? Because in that market, your future isn't just waiting, it's already alive, waiting for you to leap into it and never look back.